Hey everybody, so today I want to talk to you a little bit about my new minimalist vlogging setup. Now, in past videos, you've seen that I've had something similar to this before. This is my ASV 100 made by Sony. Got the external mic on it, which is really great because this camera has a 3.5-inch jack. Got it in the housing for camcorder setup, which has a nice tilt flippy screen, so I'm able to go ahead and vlog with it. But I've got a GoPro now for Christmas, and even though I love this setup, yes, the setup's changed a little bit because I did cannibalize some parts from it for my new setup. But even though I really love this, the problem with it is it's 4 years old. It shoots 1080p. Still works very good. Still works great with the microphone attached to it. Stabilization is good on it, but the new GoPro has hyper smooth stabilization, which I think is going to be a little bit better for my daily vlogging, and also when I go explore different places. This here was a little bit cumbersome of a setup. The problem is, even though it has the tripod legs on this handle, it still falls over. So what I've done now is, since I got the new GoPro for Christmas, is I've created a new setup, and this is actually going to work great for a minimalist carry exploration. So let me show that to you. So this is my new setup. Now, the light, I took off the other one, put on here. This light is not waterproof, but I still really like it because of the fact that when I turn it on, I can really brighten it up, or I can actually dim it down. So it works great for vlogging. Got the GoPro on top. Also got the GoPro remote, which works really great if I want to actually extend this Go pole out and then just actually work with the remote itself. Also on the bottom, you just got the wrist strap that I can tighten up around my wrist so I don't lose it. This wrist strap also unscrews, which is great because then I got a 1/4-inch jack on the bottom if I want to go ahead and put this on a monopod or a tripod. I experimented with some different setups with this. One of the problems is the fact of it being top heavy, especially when this is fully extended out to almost the 3-4 feet that I can extend this out to and be able to get a lot of shots. Problem is, it gets a little bit top heavy. So I've got some other things, but as far as my minimalist setup goes, and these are actually all supposed to just lock down. There we go. So as far as my minimalist setup goes, one of the problems I run into is when I'm actually out on the trail is I like to keep my hands free pretty much as possible if I've got to climb, or I don't like to carry a lot of weight with me. So I got a Case Logic case, and what I did was, this is the GoPro 3-way extension arm, which also has the tripod feet on it, so I can actually take the GoPro off of there and put this on here and actually be able to use it as a tripod to catch some B-roll. Inside my case has everything I need for a day out. Now, I secured this onto the case with just a couple of nylon straps and a carabiner, so it's actually totally hands-free. Inside the case, I've got my charger with its cable. The other side has my other cables and the charger for the light. Inside, in this top compartment here, which is right in the cover, I've got my 2 extra batteries. Down in the base, I've got a wall charger that I use to actually charge the batteries with. I do not charge USB charging. There's some problems with USB charging. One, it's slow, and two, if you're charging the GoPro itself through a USB charging hub, it may not actually charge even though it says it's charged. So always use a wall charger. And then also got my filters. I've got the Polar Pro. This pack right here is actually for diving and snorkeling. That's why it's got the bright tint on it. And then I've got my various ND filters for day out shooting. Everything fits nice and snug in this pack. And the best thing about it is, since my light is not waterproof, I can actually have room to take the light off the GoPro pole and stick it in here and then zip it all up. And then just have the GoPro on the stick itself. I can even put the charger in here. So it's a real minimalist setup. The other great thing about this is the fact that I do not like shoulder straps. It came with the shoulder strap, but I took the shoulder strap off. Reason why I don't like shoulder straps is you got this thing on your shoulder, it's flopping all over the place. This particular case right here has a loop in the back that you can actually put it on your belt. I am pretty much hands-free, able to walk around. This does swing just a little bit, but it's not really annoying. It's not going to hit anything. And then I can just go ahead and carry this around. So we're going to go out for a day of testing today. I'm going to be shooting primarily on the GoPro. I want to test out its stabilization. Also, the wind has picked up a little bit. I want to go ahead and test the microphones as well, the internal mic, see how well it's actually going to work. But this is the new minimalist setup. I think it's going to work great. When I do get the microphone attachment, I'll have another piece coming off here, which has my Rode mic off to the side. I haven't figured out how exactly I'm going to mount it yet, but it's probably either going to go like this, or what I may end up doing is go ahead and mounting this to the base, which probably would make more sense. This way here, I can put an extension cable on here and be able to actually film up high or down low, but still have the microphone actually close to me and pointing at me so that you can actually hear me talk, and then I can go ahead, swing it around if I want to show you something. So we're going to go out, test this new setup without the mic. So we're using the internal mics right now, and I went ahead and put the ND8 filter on it because of the fact that it's super bright out here. This is the audio off the internal mics, and right now I am on the beautiful Bowdish Lake area I used to go camping. This is what it looks like in the winter. So let me go ahead and show that to you. It's about 45 degrees right now while the snow is melting, and everything's a little bit slushy, but with the wind chill it still feels like it's 36. As you can hear, it's super windy out here, so we'll see how these mics do. They got the lake really drained this time of year. Oh, that wind's picking up. So they got the lake really drained this time of year, and the reason for that is usually we get a lot of snow and a lot of rain, which would actually melt and go ahead and fill the reservoir back up. But this year we haven't got as much snow as what they'd hope. This is the campground that I spent a lot of time at when I was a kid. Spent a lot of time camping with my dad, teenager, and early years before my dad passed. A lot of great memories on this lake. So up over there is our favorite campsite. We used to camp right on the top here and then walk down through here, drive the truck down through here, put the boat in, and then go out and fish all this. There used to be islands out here where the fish would actually congregate. It looks like the islands are pretty much all gone now. And then up over there is the Bowdish campground. Caught a lot of bass up in those rocks over there when the water was higher during the summer. But yeah, this is Bowdish Reservoir, George Washington Campground, Gloucester in the winter time. It's also a great place to take families when you're actually not camping as well. You can actually come down here and visit and use the beach. They do charge a daily rate for that. One of the things kids really like though is actually climbing all over this rock over here. A couple of places to actually sit on this rock as well. So I went ahead and stopped over at Pulaski Park. I want to see what the waterfall looks like in the wintertime with all the snow around. I also want to see what this ND8 filter is going to do with variable lighting conditions. But I want to show you something that's actually pretty cool they did at this park as soon as I get over the snowbank. Alright, so right here, that's pretty cool, is they put in a electric charging station. So this Toyota here is actually all electric, and he can go ahead and charge his car up while he's out hiking the trails. So we're gonna go ahead, venture down to the waterfall, see exactly what it looks like. I'm interested also to see what this video is going to look like, considering that I do not have a flippy screen on here to see if I'm actually in shot or not. I'm assuming with such a wide angle that I am, but we'll see. Alright, so the new minimalist pack is working out pretty good. Quite a distance away from the GoPro. Not sure how this is actually picking up the microphones, but as you can see, I went ahead and put the GoPro on the three-way extension on. I'm going to get a little bit closer here to see how we're doing since I don't have any sort of microphone readout. But yeah, the new minimalist pack is working out good. Pretty much hands-free the whole entire time. So I think this is probably going to be a good little setup to use. So we're going to continue on, explore out a little bit more, and then we'll go home and see what this footage actually looks like. Oh, and having the remote is kind of handy. Alrighty, so we're back in from the cold. I'm going to go ahead and upload this footage and see what it looks like. Okay, so I just wanted to go ahead and show you the settings that I was actually recording at today. I am shooting at 2K linear mode. I got the low light as not applicable. Settings, stabilization is on auto, so I get that hyper smooth stabilization. I got Pro Tunes turned on. Shutter speeds at automatic. EV compensations at negative 1.0 using native white balance. ISO minimum 100, ISO maximum 800. Using medium sharpness because I don't really want things to get extra crispy. Using GoPro color. Raw audio is turned off because I do not have a external mic. I got the mics on auto. I suppose I probably could have switched it to stereo or wind, but I figured leaving it on auto would actually go ahead and compensate for the wind noise or versus not having wind noise, and it actually worked pretty well. So we'll just leave that as that. But those are the settings that I was using today. Like I said, I was shooting a ND8 filter. Alright, so I just went ahead and reviewed some of the footage. A couple things I'm going to note to you about the footage is, first of all, the internal mics. They work great when you're actually facing the camera, but the problem you have with the wind is you can still hear the wind noise in there. It does a great job of compensating and actually boosting your voice up. However, the problem is when you're behind the camera and the camera is actually filming what's in front of you. Occasionally I got some underwater sound noise as the mics were trying to compensate for the wind sound. So it sounded a little bit like I was underwater or a little bit hollow. Not sure exactly what that is about. But audio is still kind of usable, but it's not the greatest. I love the way the video came out, the resolution, including the part of the last clip where I was actually filming a hyperlapse holding the camera out the driver's side window of my car. And that was a lot of fun to do, but yeah, when you're driving 35, 40 miles an hour up a street and doing that, there's a lot of wind drag pushing back on that. I had to really hold on to that pole, but hyperlapse came out pretty cool. The like I said, the audio for the most part is usable, but I'm still going to go ahead and get the external mic because of the fact that of the underwater sounds. I'm not sure exactly what's up with that, but Yeah, the minimalist vlog setup I think is going to work. Just need a couple more components, and it's actually usable. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Forward to seeing you on the next. If you'd like to see more, be sure to go ahead, subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I upload a video, whether it be about my photography or different artwork that I do. And we'll see you next time around.